Wrestling it factor. Wayne B, I got this. Let's go. No cap, no gimmicks. This a main show. Ringside pop when I drop that blow. Belt on my waist like chrome on chrome. Tell me what you think, feeling like RKO. Niggas like I'm Randy Orton on hard ass pavement, yo. No scripts, no gimmicks, just engagement. Street slam heat shit, that's power. See that girl on fire. Kiera Hogan, slide kicking bitches like Hulk Hogan knows best. I'm top tier, no time to rest. Mic in hand, I'm built for press. Backstage fire, I walk with heat. Swerve through smoke like I know face to feet. No tap outs, just gold I collect. Trap ring queen, I'm next. I'm in the ring where the legends roam. Trap ring queen, this is my throne, bitches. Top rope jump, now your cover's blown. Mic drop hit like a grindstone. Wayne B lit and now the crowd just flex. Bar for bar, I demand that check. No tap out, I rise from Rex. Trap ring queen, I'm next.
Welcome to Wrestling It Factor Radio for this breaking news. But we know it was going to happen, most of us, about TNA finally has a paid television deal with AMC. The last TNA paid TV deal was from Destination America. Nearly about 9.5 years ago or 10, between that. Finally, I'm thrilled. I gave TNA their flowers. Carlos Silver, and they've been trying since April to process. No help at all from WWE. This was TNA's own doing. Owner Leonard Aspert and President Carlos Silver. And we amped up January the 15th, 2026, TNA Impact Wrestling live Thursday night at 9 to 11. I don't know if they're going to have this going to be their only live or they're going to have more tapings. That's to be announced later. And we don't know the money of the multi-year deal. It's a 3-year deal, but I know in their interviews with other ones like Sports Illustrated, Carlos Silva was saying they wanted $10 million for a year. But I see that's chump change. That's nothing. That's a big blow. Come on, Spike TV was paying y'all way more for TNA Impact Wrestling, and Destination America was paying way more. NXT is getting paid $30 million a year from CW. Of course, AEW is like about 100. Dynamite $100 million a year deal, and that is crazy. Maybe 400 to 500 mil, $500 million a year. So, don't y'all need contracts? Don't you want bigger contracts to get big names also, and finally pay these guys on the TNA roster what they worth? More 6 figures and 7-figure deals. In which they haven't had that since Dixie Carter, the Carter family running TNA. But hopefully it's more than that. Maybe, come on, 30. I can see 30 or 40 million. Come on, they more quality than NXT. NXT's really was brought in as a AAA, the minor leagues of the WWE. I will see because TNA has the Hardys, Ryan, um, no, Nick Nemeth. I keep thinking his brother. Um, of course, the former Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth. Who else? Several names, TNA's originals like Kazarian, Eric Young, and they deserve it. International stars also, they bust their ass. They deserve it. And it was rumors that they will TNA was going to option out of their contract for 2026 since they got the TV deal. That's not the truth. They will continue to do their working relationship with WWE, but certain ones don't like how um, the booking of the deal that WWE has created control over their angles with NXT and TNA. We didn't like that finish shit from Santana. A bunch of mid card jobbers getting their ass. Beating that Santana's ass. The broken arm storyline of Kazarian winning the belt. It didn't make sense. These were the guys that got jobbed out from TNA wrestlers, and come on, we don't need that shit. Nothing against Charlie Dempsey. He's still, a mid carder, low carder right now. Regal's son. Even the Brian Lex King, that's Brian Pillman Jr. He might as well go as Brian Pillman Jr. He can't get out of that shit. So they're gonna be having the mid card roster on final resolution against TNA wrestlers, and I just don't want to see any. Hopefully, the Hardy's boys retain against. I call them Wesley's tag team bros. I mean, what? I mean, and don't carry that shit over to AMC. Who wants to see more NXT wrestlers walking away with major titles from TNA, the TNA World Title or the women's belt? That will lose you in the ratings. That will kick your fucking. They will lose big time because they got to keep the base. And we're back. We're back. We're back. And this just serves as a um, thing that TNA gonna have to make sure none of this happened from even Shawn Michaels or NXT creative team go and really I think Hunter Johnson, TNA's head writer and booker um Delirious, aka Delirious, he I know I can tell he can be a little frustrated over that he going over his booking and everything thing sometimes with these NXT versus TNA shit. So um looking for bigger and better things. Hopefully a very good slot on Thursday night. It was rumored of them They wanted them on Wednesday, go head to head with AEW. Hell no. Uh, AMC said no, we're not doing that. Nah, nah. It gotta be a separate night. They can't go head to head with AEW. I mean, Dynamite and all this shit. It's not gonna happen. It's fucking not gonna happen. And I just see 9/11 is a good a good day for TNA Impact. It will, even with NFL in the future, Thursday night football. That's not. I mean, that usually start at 8 o'clock. That's not going to interfere. But football season is nearly regular season is almost over with in about 5 weeks, approximately. Yeah, approximately. Yeah, and but they got deals to resign. Mike Santana's other deals. Several the Iconics deal coming to a close. A couple of the women's, and they just only thing is the women's division. They need to have that homegrown women. I would like to see more. We got Jada Stone, a friend to this show, Wrestling Effective Radio, about the debut. More likely this Thursday from Impact Wrestling. But they need more indie women on that roster. We don't want to see the Alicia Fox, aka Victoria Crawford, to win a title belt with tag belt with Tessa Blanchard, and even though she's still getting heat for what she did, um, a few years ago, using the N word and spitting in La Rosa Negro's face, and which was horrible. But TNA management should have made her a strong public apology to the public when she returned. And this wouldn't be happening on this if this was Scott Momore's company again. Him running it, this wouldn't be happening. And Leonard Asper, the owner of TNA Wrestling, advice: do the right thing and start paying these guys what they worth. Stop being a fucking cheapskate. This is why they're walking out. Guys like PCO and others. So Joe Henry jumped ship to WWE. So of course this was before the TV deal with AMC. So he wanted more money. So hopefully this deal is worth it. But it's going to be on streaming platforms also on AMC. People going to still use, other fans will still use the TNA app as available for your Impact on Thursdays nights. That's not going to change. Also, it stays the same, and even I definitely want to see King B's definitely signed with TNA. Danny B and Charlie King. Promise Braxton. That's another very good women's talent right there. And I still see Kiera Hogan more likely coming back to TNA. She's already done with AEW. Maybe a reunion with Tasha Stills to get her out of there, out of the faction. And I do want to see, or maybe a women's faction that can come in there. I will even use, DEA as that faction. devastation, excellent incorporation. Basically, it's based on women that are, been held back from major companies and stuff, and they taking their aggressions. They oppress people. Uh, just want to take over run rough shop with the TNA roster. I would like to see that with like a 7 women faction outsiders. They need something fresh. That would do good right there. Mm, mm, mm. Especially with most leading the group. You know, maybe you know, 5 black women. You can and two Hispanic women also. Um, like they say, y'all held us back. Um, all this, going there, like a faction, cause havoc, like the Nexus. So they need something, and also bringing in other talent on the indies and international stars more to these deals because Scott D'Amore was high on. He always protect his international wrestlers for long term deals, and I really TNA had that opportunity. If Leonard Asper would have signed on, let Scott D'Amore give those contracts before CM Punk was ever signed with WWE. He was waiting on a deal along with Will Ospreay. What happened? Leonard Asper shot it down. He even fired the other president of Ed Norholm of Anthem and along with Scott D'Amore, and which wasn't a horrible decision. But Chris Jericho gave Leonard Asper advice to bring in Don Callis and Scott D'Amore. This was um, about 6 or 7 years ago when Jeff Jarrett was being let go by TNA with, I guess, with the alcohol problem and all of this shit. Um, and I would like to say this a game changer for TNA. But I want to see AJ Styles back in the TNA wrestling ring, working with the young wrestlers to put them over, and even vice versa. I really think Jericho, hopefully that he can sign with TNA and still do his tours with WWE, his final tours with them before if he was going to really hang it up and stuff. So I think that would work good right there since there's working agreement. Because he was going to be in TNA the first place 5 or 6 years ago if AEW never got a TV deal, and TNA was going to give him a 7-figure deal. And maybe this will, he already done all the shit he can do in AEW. Now, maybe in TNA, work with the young ones and still do his daily appearances also. And finally, they very competition also, and I still see the ratings probably in the 300 thousand viewers for that debut on AMC. Might be more, but they hyping this shit up. We already see the intro commercials, or 30-second commercials of TNA Impact on AMC, hyping up for January the 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we will definitely return to you for more inciting news and thoughts of any wrestling news or rumors. This is Wayne Benitez. I'm out.
Wayne B, I got this. Let's go. No cap, no gimmicks, it's a May show. Ringside pop when I drop that blow. Belt on my waist like chrome on chrome. Tell me what you think, feeling like RKO. Niggas like I'm Randy Orton on hard ass pavement, yo. No scripts, no gimmicks, just engagement. Street slam heat shit, that's power. See that girl on fire? Kiera Hogan, slide kicking bitches like Hulk Hogan knows best. I'm top tier, no time to rest. Mic in hand, I'm built for press. Backstage fire, I walk with heat. Swerve through smoke like I know face to feet. No tap outs, just gold I collect. Trap ring queen, I'm next. I'm in the ring where the legends roam. Trap ring queen, this is my throne, bitches. Top rope jump, now your cover's blown. Mic drop hit like a grind.